and welcome to the No Cap Space post-game show. A little bit of a different game today, though. We're talking WNBA draft lottery, where the Dallas Wings have the number one pick in the WNBA draft, likely being Paige Bueckers to Dallas Wings University. Before we get into that, we got to talk about our friends at Home Field, where you can get 15% off your first order. Get a cool pullover like this. I know Shawnee got the same one. It's pretty sick, not going to lie. NoCap15 is the code you can use at the link in the description. Shawnee, I'm gonna let you, I got some tweets to pull up from various reactions. But first, as a resident, how do we want to word this? Dallas
hater.
Wings. Well, but this has been an evolution of sorts.
No, they're my op of sorts. So
well, I mean, okay, but at all times you have been the biography almost of Dallas Wings hoops. You are always there with something to say about the Dallas Wings. It never fails.
Because they won't leave me alone. I tried to break free of them, but yes, now we're back together in the news, and I must talk about it. And I'm ecstatic. I'm happy for them. I love this for them. This is so great for them. Like, I think this, if she's everything that everyone is saying, this should change the trajectory of their franchise. This should level them up, because I've seen the last couple years they've made the playoffs. They've, been in and out of it, but they've still been a playoff contending team. I watched the Liz Cambage, Skylar Diggins, Azare Stevens days. I've watched after that. I've watched talent come and go. I've watched talent level up. But if she's everything everyone is saying, she should be the stabilizing force and take the Dallas Wings to the next level. So hats off to the Dallas Wings. They got them one. Congratulations, guys. Love this for you.
This is so wicked. Nasty setup. I know exactly what you're doing here. But, I mean, hate aside, just for a second, I won't make you do it for long, but hate aside, you're not really wrong. Like, Paige Bueckers is the type of player that you can presumably, by all accounts, build around. Can be the foundational piece for your franchise. Now, the Wings, under new general management with Curt Miller now at the helm, and boy, do I got a tweet from Curt Miller that was funny. I'm intrigued, obviously, because now it's like, Satu, what's up? What's the move?
So there's some agendas at play even with that, because again, everybody knows where I stand. Everybody knew where I've been this whole time in the great white girl war of 2020s when I thought they were going to both be in the draft before one ducked the smoke.
Okay.
I said who I thought was going to be number one, regardless. So I'm standing 10 toes down in it. And yes, before anyone starts crying, I understand the decision to come back. I get it. Stop whining. But she better be everything everybody says, because to me, it is a problem when your biggest flaw is your mentality. You're generational, but you don't know it, or you don't act like it, or people have to keep telling you it and pumping you up. I don't know. So if she's all husky, no dog, we gonna find out. And Dallas is the perfect place to see what she is made of, because it is nothing but mental hurdles. It is nothing but a beatdown and wearing down of the mental state. And I say this as someone that was very much invested in the Dallas Wings. 2015, 16? When did I go to that game?
Damn.
A little before that, yeah. Like I was, again, it was back when they was playing in Georgia Tech's gym. I still have the pictures. I was sitting right behind the bench. I
know exactly which picture.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen them.
Because I've shared them. Like, Liz Cambage was like slightly concussed the game before, but like she walked right by me and I was sitting on it and I was like, oh, that chick is big. But yeah, I've been watching the Wings. I know, like, it's a place you go to develop,
to leave. Is kind of what's been. I mean, frankly, like that's what's so interesting. Is it's like
the Maryland of the WNBA.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Look, look. We've made the Dallas Wings University jokes for years now, but that really has been the case. There has not been a year after year like build for the Wings. It's been like, okay, maybe 2 years here, we're gonna try something else, and then 2 years here, oh, this person leaves a free agency. And now is the point. You have new management. You have the number 1 pick in the draft. Now is the time where you are presumably able to create some consistency, which I thought they were kind of starting to do, honestly. Now you add a whole different factor to that. And Satu is immediately who comes to mind because, I mean, not that we really have any direct indication that he is going to be a Fever, but what are you laughing at? What is
the comments? Please put Celeste's comment up when you're done. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I need you to put Celeste's comment. Right.
I'm gonna assume you're talking about this one.
I need it, please. I need it. And the fact that I can be like, this is Celeste Taylor on our show. Until proven otherwise.
That's such a nasty rumor. Don't do that.
That is the funniest comment anybody could post right now. I need it.
Genuinely though, it's like, okay, now like this hire becomes so much more important for the Wings. Like it was already obviously important. You're hiring your next head coach, but this is truly as make or break as it could possibly be. The Dallas Wings are officially now involved in the moment, in the boom of women's basketball, whatever you want to call it. They are now on the spotlight is on you. Like
I need it.
Doubt about it. You have one of the biggest stars in the entire game is going to be in a Dallas Wings uniform. What are you prepared to do about it?
Please hire Christy Sides.
I'll tell you right now, like the new facility is on the way. It ain't here yet. The new arena that they're going to be moving to is slightly bigger, not insanely bigger. It's not like they have like grandiose like improvements on the way. I'll be interested in seeing if this changes at all. What if a 6-year happens? That would be the funniest thing possible. If Paige is like, actually, no.
If she does that, like, close the record book. Like, don't put her name in nothing else. I don't care what the technical games equal up to. I do not care. At this point, she done did like AP classes in the W. We done seen her at every event. Like she has the credits. Move.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Like this is the stardom of Paige. I got to see it firsthand a little bit in Phoenix at All-Star Weekend, and like her and Flaugier were running that place. Like they
which is interesting because I'm realizing that like I've seen her I think 3 times now, and I'm just now like, oh yeah, I saw her 3 times. When I finally see my daughter play, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I did see her play. Like, no, I'm going to know that. So the motion's a little different. That's all I got to say. Kate Martin came to CLA. I'm not even joking. The place went up for Kate Martin. So
no, I really am like genuinely intrigued, like, and not to get into the, attendance, this and that, but like I am really genuinely intrigued to see what the tournament.
I'm getting into that. No, I'm sorry, like, Tyler, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because you're being rational, but I'm also like, if we go in motion for motion, I need to see it. If she's everything everybody's saying she is, I need to see it. I need to see it because look, here's my thing, and here's where I'm coming from with this. It's not even like about like, oh, and No, it is kind of about Caitlyn, but it's like it's going back to that freshman year. I was there arguing in real time that hey, there. What Paige said in her SB speech, there's a discrepancy in the coverage in college basketball. So yes, she is great, but she's also being pushed as the only person doing anything worth noting, and that's why people think she's like people were arguing me down her freshman year when I said, like, yeah, she's cool. She's good. I'm not even hating, but like, let's calm down a little bit. Similar to what we're seeing now. So again, I was there in real time making those arguments. So like we get to this point and it's like, there's some stuff, some things have shifted. People are moving goalposts. Like the argument has, when Paige gave that SB speech, bro, the first thing I said was that was cool, but they are going to fixate on giving her credit for making it and completely ignore the thing that she said. And everybody did exactly what I said. People don't even really fully know what that speech was about at this point. And it was about the discrepancy in coverage when it comes to black and white players. So if we're now comparing her to a white player, and it's like, you know, we can do this racism free for once. I need to see it. I need to go band for band. Let's do this.
Look, I'll tell you right now, when thinking about this, right, and like in this part of the discussion about what bringing Paige onto your franchise does, I'll tell you what my mind immediately goes to. And Shawnee, you might recall this, but after the Fever played in Dallas, Satu was in the post game and was like, I love seeing all the fans here. I sure wish there was more Dallas fans, but I love seeing all the fans here. And Satu was really like one of the more like kind of outspoken players about like the away, like when the Fever came into town and what the away, like the push that brought with the fans. And I really like more players are taking notice of that, obviously, than are actively publicly saying it. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But I really am genuinely interested if Paige is a needle mover for Satu, because the Wings with Satu this season, obviously Natasha Howard has already said, yeah, I'm out later. So if Satu stays, that's a genuine, like, your starting lineup becomes Paige, Iriafen, Satu, Tierra McCowan, and fill in the blank at the three, you know, like, and kind of figure out whether it's maybe Maddie or whoever. That's a solid starting lineup. That's solid.
Here's my thing though, because then we're gonna get to what I've been saying. Because the roster construction, like, that's not a bad lineup, but it's like you're picking from what you have left to make a solid lineup. Yeah. You look at what Greg Bibbs drafted and what Greg Bibbs kept and what Greg Bibb has lost. That agenda is going to come to play too. They're going to be like, what is this team? And then they're going to start to see, like, wait, Paige could have had Azare. Paige could have had Ty Harris. Paige could have had.
Oh no!
Paige could have had.
Your tweets are going to be in the articles of like, wait, what's been going on in Dallas? Your tweets. You're going to be a professor at the university teaching it. Like,
and I'm going to just sit at my desk in my office during my office hours like Shannon Sharp. Every time somebody comes in.
That's Paige coming in office hours. What's going on? Oh yeah.
You mean they're not allies? Yeah. Greg Bibb likes to give money to the police while protesting the police. Like, I got that tweet deleted. I was one of the ones. We jumped them. They put that on the social account of them feeding cops, and we were like, in the midst of a protest about police brutality, you post yourselves giving meals.
Yeah.
Activist league though, but like this is what I'm talking about, bros. When I be saying stuff, it's not because I'm just trying to be a dickhead. Like, these arguments, I see them I see how these arguments are not going to play out well, and especially when we have all of the hoes watching and they're falling apart in real time. So this is what I'm saying. Just be chill. And remember, I told you so. The Dallas Wings are, man, the Dallas Wings. I need them to hire Christy Size. Celeste Taylor, if you tweet that, please tag me so I can retweet it. Like, I need that so bad. I need that so bad.
I mean, genuinely though, like I'm very, very interested in what the coaching hire is, because I'm still in the boat that I still don't think LT should have been fired. Like I think he is a very, very solid coach that in year 2 just got cooked by injuries, frankly. And so I hope she lands somewhere else. I thought Chicago would have been a good fit. I think they made a great hire, Tyler Marsh as well. But I hope she ends up somewhere, and I think that more likely than not she will. But now you put yourself in this position. So I don't really know who exactly, because this now let's if we're operating under the assumption, well, honestly, you still have Enrique, and like this is not a bad roster, regardless, even if Satu is or isn't there. But assuming that Satu is there, I still think even though you won the number 1 pick, you are operating under a win now. You know, like this is like you would like to think this could be a win now roster, 100%.
No, because like here's my thing: they were supposed to win last year, and then injuries hit.
Exactly. Like this was play. If you go back 2 years, like the continuity of this team and the roster that pretty much is still here, assuming Satu comes back, they were a solid playoff team. Like that. Like they were easily
and have been consistently, even with the hodgepodge of pieces, even with Vicky Johnson at the helm. Even with, coach turnover, that one weird year we got, what's the dude's name? Brian Agler. Like, okay, I don't know where he was on the run, so now he's hit in Dallas. Don't know where he's at now. But
I think, he's in like the college level somewhere, I think now. But yes, regardless.
Exactly. Like, okay, and then nobody asked any questions about that, but whatever. We've seen high turnover with the Dallas Wings in coaching hires and player movement, so this ain't nothing new, and the Wings have found a way to make the playoffs regardless. All I'm saying is the Indiana Fever came into the situation with back-to-back number 1 draft pick and then Alyssa Smith at the 3. That's all I'm saying. Aaliyah Boston took them to six games after they won like 1 the year before. Caitlin comes in, now they in the playoffs. So she had like her ABC squared legit. So I need Paige.
Or especially assume like under the assumption that South comes back, especially with that assumption, anything that's not a playoff appearance is absolutely a disappointment. And like I think that I would have said that even before Paige if this was just a healthy team. This should have been at least a playoff team. The Wings healthy are better than what the Dream put out on the floor this year.
Now, what I will say, my dog Bordy McBoard.
Oh, I get
Big T, she got to show me something this year.
There's certain, I say all this, and believe me, I understand the downfalls of the roster as well. I definitely think that is one of them. And that is something that's just kind of been a consistent issue a lot of the time.
Hey, if she's who they say she is, she'll make her teammates better.
Okay. You and Greer are gonna have so much fun.
I'll start a Bluey account in her ass if I need to.
A Bluey?
That's
is that what you're talking about?
Why is it? That's a dumb name. Like
Bluey? Ain't that the dog from the cartoon? Oh man. We did get to pivot from Bluey. We got some immediate Twitter reactions as well. I did want to pull up. We got some pretty good ones. I'm not gonna lie. They had the drafts locked and loaded. Enrique, I just fell to my knees. Thank you, Lord.
Why is she celebrating like she about to pass to her? That's insane. That's so crazy.
Welcome back, Enrique.
That yo.
No, but obviously incredibly excited.
Speaking of lore, okay, I've watched Enrique. There's a tweet. I said she did what? And she went like 4 of 25. Like I checked the date. Went back to the box score of the game. She shot 4 of 25. I said, oh, yeah, get me out of this fandom. So LT got that slightly under control.
Yeah.
To where she's...
I'm really excited now, to see how this works. Because Paige obviously is a more true point guard. And they've had such a turnstile of point guards just over the years. And now, presumably, Enrique will be off the ball more.
And we got to see how that goes. Is she going to be the Kelsey Mitchell or the Alyssa Smith?
Okay. I mean, Next tweet. This is my personal favorite one. Kurt Miller. How do you like them apples? Hey, I love it.
Why is he excited? He don't be like the rookies either. He didn't play Rakia until it was like it's a whole bunch of people tweeting that need to shut up. They need to stop talking. The Dallas Wings are pissing me off. Like,
who would have seen this coming? The Dallas Wings pissing you off? No way. But no,
this has never happened before.
This is a hilarious tweet. Obviously, Kurt Miller was just fired as the Sparks head coach. Now the Dallas Wings GM. Hilarious, truly. I'm totally okay with this being a little rivalry if we want it to be.
I will see to it.
Hear me out. Kurt to Dallas, LT to LA. Let's get wicked. Let's turn this up. Let's just start trading people a little bit. Let's get some animosity. Look, it's just the embers of it. It's not immediate, but like we can make something shake here. I feel like
I feel like Kumbacha girl. Well, I would need to see it. I'm not opposed to it. I can be convinced.
Shawnee, this one is one that you haven't seen. Our own Greer tweeted, 24-year-old senior doesn't seem so bad now. talking about Paige taking the last year of eligibility.
Greer. Sister, you better get Paige's playlist. Y'all better be blasting Marvin Sapp, because God himself is going to have to keep me out of your mentions, out of your inbox, out of your home possibly. Because and if they hire Christy Sides, bro, what if they hire Christy Sides? What if they actually hire Christy Sides? I'm not, man, Celeste, please. Natural _ONEDURR. If you haven't tweeted by the time we get off, I'm gonna have to do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Tag me in it. I gotta do this, bro. What if they hire Christy Sides?
Yeah, that would be hilarious. One thing we also did get was the reaction from the LA Sparks players, from David here, at their watch party event. You should be able to hear the audio. Let me know. Can you hear the audio?
Mm-hmm. That's
kind of crazy.
Who posted that?
This is from David. He's a media member covering the Sparks. So this was.
He set them up. I would have to scrub the internet.
So let's talk about the Sparks now. We have obviously spent a lot of time on the Wings getting the number 1 pick. The Sparks get the number 2 pick. This becomes interesting because I think the clear-cut number 2 prospect in this is Kiki Iriafen, our friend. Kiki, we love her. We love her game. I mean, all the ability to be one of, like, the potential to be one of the best forwards in the entire WNBA.
Kiki could go number 1. I'm not, and I know this is not no hate aside. Kiki could go number 1. It's not out of the realm of possibility for Kiki to go number 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not gonna happen, but you know, hey, sorry, not to bring it back to the Wings, but the Wings drafting a big with the number 1 pick would be the funniest thing possible.
I see. Okay, but like, assume Satu's like.
If Satu's gone. That's why, honestly, like the cleanest way this could have gone realistically, just for everyone to make the easiest decisions, would have been the Sparks get the number 1 pick. They get their guard. Satu leaves, and then Kiki replaces Satu. But now it's all messed up, and
that could still happen. Because they already done came up with a little ABC squared like nickname, talking about CPR or whatever the case may be. Like, okay, cool.
Look,
I could see Kiki going number 1. And my third eye's open.
There you go. Walk with you. I'm walking.
Paige is gonna tank. Paige is tanking for the Sparks.
Hey, Gino,
we're gonna see the.
Hey, Gino will call up like Eli Manning and his dad. Like, that's telling you not to go. Oh my goodness.
And and once again, my tweets are gonna be at the center of the investigation. Like, why would we want to go here? This is not someplace you send. No, get somebody else to do it. And of course, the burden would fall on a Black woman. So I could see this happening. But it's like Kiki to the Sparks. People are gonna be mad. I'm not gonna say it. Let's just say, like, I've seen Kiki account for Cam's foul trouble. Like, so it wouldn't be nothing for her to step in and keep doing it.
So here's what's really interesting to me about that prospect is that, one, I'm surprised that Kathy didn't freeze the ping pong balls and get her to LA to begin with. But obviously we have seen Kiki and Cam play together before. I think Cam's game has extended, but also Kiki's game has extended just on the offensive end and where they can produce. And obviously we didn't get to see a full season of Cam develop that. But this is
Hold on, was Wnba traded? Can you look? And I'll answer a question real quick because somebody said it in the chat, in the comments. And Richard, I'm saying that because people have said that Paige is better than Caitlin. So in order for Paige to be better than Caitlin, I need to see a better rookie season than Caitlin's. So it's just, I just want to keep everybody honest. We all have our agendas. Y'all know mine. I just want to make sure y'all know y'all's. Did something happen?
No, just they were predicting.
Oh.
Yeah. So potential. Hey,
man, listen.
Erica Wnba to Dallas for the number 2 pick. And they get Paige and Kiki. I don't think it'll happen, but or maybe Wnba.
No.
Or maybe Wnba and the number 2 pick for the number 1 pick, I mean. And they go and get Paige. Maybe.
I can be convinced.
Maybe. But I mean, Wnba's on now a 1-year deal, 1-year extension, I believe is what it was. I don't think Dallas would do that, but we've also seen Kurt Miller prioritize vets.
And we've
seen Wnba and Kurt Miller had a good. Hold on.
And it's Greg Bibb.
Hold on.
This is still a Greg Bibb production, so it's like you would think they take the sure thing and not. Hey.
Because
and what if they get Christy Sides?
So thinking about the Sparks, like let's say they stick it to, and do they take
what?
They take Kiki. They have so many forwards, and they need a point guard and a little monster right there. And while I think Kiki is generally a higher ceiling prospect in the W, when it comes to need and kind of fit, I mean that's a lot of forwards. Now I can see them just like taking Kiki and figuring it out because you kind of just take best player available when you got the number 2 overall pick. But that's a lot of forwards. And like it didn't always look clean at Stanford either with Cam and Kiki. Now obviously that's an incredible pairing to have in the W where forwards reign supreme. I don't know.
That could be where the Washington Mystics put their hat in the ring and trade up.
Maybe they don't.
Like if we can't get,
like,
we'll give you a slightly used Elena Deladon. It's considered vintage now.
You could take like the MVP trophy too. Like you could just slide it over. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just, like I said, everything seems so simple. If the Sparks got the number 1 pick, this would have been very, very clear cut to me. It would have been Paige number 1 to LA, Kiki number 2 to Dallas, Olivia Miles to Chicago, and then maybe Anissa Morrow to the Mystics, something like that. I don't know. This is actually. Well, even if we see something like a slight move potentially, Sparks could trade down, but the Sky got the number 3 pick. I could even see a potential where the Sky feel the need to trade up and they just get a little asset here from because obviously the Sky aren't picking another big, so they could maybe.
That's where Olivia Miles comes in.
Sparks making a little move, being like, "Hey, we're gonna take Olivia Miles unless you give us X."
And or Georgia Amor.
Or Olivia Miles. And
yeah, Yeah, sorry.
Olivia Miles is number 1 point guard in this class.
Yeah, no, I let recency bias and the Australian accent.
Hey, she was wilding. She was wilding.
Just because she has an Australian accent, I said, where are we going here?
Wilding on there with she got an Australian accent, but she's still a leader.
Still a gilly. Whoa. When has that been mutually exclusive?
Okay.
All right.
Danny Bondella at the 50 Cent. Sonia Citron is also another player that we haven't seen that could easily kind of skyrocket up the board. AZ Fudd is another one that could skyrocket up the board that, as we kind of see them get healthy and everything. Man, this become a hill, like I said, a lot of this seemed like a foregone conclusion had it just played, had the order gone a certain way. Now it gets wicked, and a lot of it, I don't know really where we go from here. Like I could see trades, I could see picks that maybe we weren't anticipating off of fit. I'm gonna tell you right now though, if Kiki falls past 2, just in general, not even thinking teams, but just thinking draft slot, she is anything but after 2 is a crazy pick for Kiki because her potential is so good. Like she is going to be such an incredible WNBA player, and if she falls below that, I'd be sick. Like I'd be sick. But also the fits just don't. There's a lot of forwards in the top 4 teams right now, and I don't know. There's gonna be some tough choices made, honestly, to figure that out because the Mystics have multiple 4s. The Sky are obviously set at big. The Sparks got too many forwards to even know what to do with. And the Wings are presumably taking Paige. So I don't know where to go from here with this. We got
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Generational means generational. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Shawnee, would you trade Kelsey for Kiki for the Fever?
Ooh. Talk to me. Talk to me. Can we get it on Amazon Prime? Can we expedite that? Can we overnight that? Look, Kelsey wants a fresh start, and to be like, this is all hate, like all jokes aside, she has had an insane year. So it's like her prioritizing whatever she's prioritizing at this juncture in her career. I 10,000% support it. Like, and I wish her the best. I wish she would stay. But, I absolutely understand her wanting a fresh start and wanting to do something new and to just not be in that scrutiny. Because, she caught a lot of heat for linking up with D'Angelo Russell for playoff advice. And, sister, I couldn't defend you from that. I'm sorry.
Look, man. That's
yeah, but it's just like any other year, any other team, that's not really as big a story as it is. But because it is what it is. And it's like they went to the same college. So, it's like I get her wanting to make moves.
Why she did it.
Yeah.
But I still laughed at it. I'm not going to lie. I laughed.
Yeah. It's just the optics of it. You can't ignore it. But it's just like her wanting a fresh start or wanting a new scenery. I get it, man. And more power to her. And I hope she gets everything that she's looking for because she held it down this season. She became the vet that they needed. And we did have those questions about her being able to play winning basketball and be able to steady the ship and be the person that could close out games for them because they literally don't have anybody that knows how to do that.
Yeah. That
has been in the league for a minute. So I get it. And if that's on the table and if she's down with it, give it to me. Give it to me. And ABC squared plus Kiki, I'll figure out the math. I'm sure there's a term.
All I know is that's an equation that equals wins. So whatever the equation is, put your variables where you need to put them. The exponents, whatever you got to do. I don't know, man. I ran out of PEMDAS words, but do it.
Yeah, I stopped around
Yeah.
algebra
Yeah. No, that's about
trig
it.
right after trig. Like, what did I have to take?
I majored in words, big dog. I'm interested now if we want to kind of just look a little further into the lottery. Obviously, I think the Sky taking Olivia Miles at 3 or just what like or trading up to 2 to make sure that they get Olivia Miles. That feels like the most obvious thing possible, especially as we've seen Olivia Miles 3-point shooting, which she talked about wanting to continue to get better at in her interview with us. If you, but that is exactly. I mean, the playmaking is there. You want to talk about being able to make a post-entry pass? There's not a pass on the
Hello.
Miles can't make.
Hello.
So that is already there. I mean, and that's also a reason that the Sparks might just want to take her.
They said the Sparks taking her. Yeah.
I mean, and like honestly, as I could not be higher on Kiki. If the Sparks took Olivia Miles and they were like, we have too many forwards, we like Hamby, we want Hamby to stay, we're going to build around Rakia, Hamby, and Brink as our 3 through 5, I would understand it. Now, do I think that Kiki is going to be incredible? Absolutely. But I do understand it. So if they do that, I get it. And the 3-point shooting is going to be, as much as that volume can continue and the percentage can continue going up, that is going to be major for her. And it seems like that has been the emphasis.
See, okay, because now I'm concerned. Because when you look at Washington, we still don't know what EDD is doing. I mean, I know she wants out, but like, we still don't understand. So can you have Kiki, Shakira Austin, and Aaliyah Edwards as a So now I'm like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's where like I'm like in the sense of Kiki falling. Like if it gets past, that's where Kiki get ready to learn Golden State at 5. That would be crazy. Go return to the Bay. Kiki is the face of the franchise. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold up. I'm so sorry, but your pick's for me. It's not Kiki. She's going to Golden State, big dog. I am so sorry.
And I will be there no matter what. Yep. I will be there no matter what. Hey, listen to what I'm saying. Keep Sabrina away from the Valkyries. Because it was
get all the hits in. We're talking W. You gotta get all the hits in.
Nah, because it was some scuttlebutt about people coming home. It better be Chelsea Gray and nobody else. That's it. That's the only person that need to come home. Everybody else stay where you at. That's fine.
Yeah.
Kiki to Golden State, which sets for Juju
I could not be more behind that.
Laying the foundation for Juju. Listen.
Or hell, you know what? Let me throw something else out there. Just while we're at it, while we wop at him, I could even get behind Kiki and Flaugier there in next year's draft. That'd be fun as hell. I do think this is an interesting point though here in the chat.
And Alyssa Smith keeps it just at the level.
Hamby on a 1-year deal before new CBA. They get Kiki at $80K for 4 years. No way LA passes. I think that's a fantastic point. I do. Like that is like the idea of if maybe you don't. I think this all comes down to where do the Sparks see themselves in 5 years? Given the age-old question of any job interview. And if Hamby is not a part of that, you take Kiki, I think, with no issue. And I don't know if she is. Like there's that's just kind of TBD, to be honest. But if they don't see Hamby as part of their long-term future, if they are ready to just go young, I can see them just taking Kiki. If they do see Hamby being a part of this for the next couple of years, and they feel like that is the move, I can see them taking Olivia Miles and solidifying themselves a long-term point guard that can kind of do whatever they need her to do. I don't know. Because when you get to Washington, right? To your point, there's no. I don't see them having Aaliyah Edwards, Kiki, and Shakira all on the same roster, and then you have Steph Dolson there as well. You have potentially EDD.
Oh yeah,
it's just so many forwards on all these rosters. Where are the guards? Where are the guards? And frankly, that's kind of always been. That's been a big part of the W in the style of play is that it's been a forwards league for a long time. And now we're seeing some of these guards come in that are really, really good, but also you have all these forwards that are here as well. The forward position isn't just going away. And I I don't know what the solution is to that. And I don't know also how teams are going to prioritize that in the sense of how much do they care about their current roster versus how good they think this player is. Because sometimes you might just draft Kiki and figure it out later. And I think that is A-okay, to be quite honest with you.
Sometimes the wire hangers might get the boot.
Bro, it is what it is. The business is the business. And there are a lot of guards coming up. And to this point here, guards are in 26 and 27. 100%. There's so many guards.
This year, one of them is 26. Sorry.
Okay, here you go. Indy signs and trades Kelsey to the Valkyries for the number 5 pick. I think Kelsey would just sign there, though, if that was the case. Like, well, unless she doesn't want to be Kevin Durant and wants to help out her former team. But
there's so many possibilities. This is incredible. We're here. The league is here, guys.
No, like genuinely, it had this Spark the number 1 pick, we would have been done with this episode 20 minutes ago. It would have been very clear cut. But Kelsey can be cored. This is true. I forgot about that aspect. I'm thinking it out loud. So we're all thinking through this right here live and in person. The Timberland. Hey, man, that would be fire. Kelsey sign and trade to the Valkyries, the number 5 pick. So let's expand past. So let's say Kiki does get taken. So let's say the top 3 for hypothetical sake is Paige 1 to Dallas, Kiki 2 to LA, Miles 3 to the Sky. So now you get to the Mystics, and you have a really kind of weird mix of ages, honestly, on this team. Did you
have like a 31-year-old rookie?
There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot of different gaps across the board. Aaliyah Edwards, I thought, showed like really great promise at a lot of different points throughout this season. Had injuries of her own right. Obviously, Brittany Sykes had injuries. Shakira Austin had injuries. There was just a lot going on with the Mystics, honestly. And now they don't have a GM or head coach on top of that right now, at least. Like almost every.
Shh, I'm applying. That's breaking news. I kind of wanted to keep that under wraps because I'm not super confident on it because it has been like a nepotism stream.
Yeah.
And I did call them the Mustics, so it's been kind of tough. But, my application's still in there, so we'll see what happens.
Cool. I am interested, like, do they go for – there's a couple just threes in this, like an AZ Fudd potentially. Anissa Morrow, I think, is more than likely going to be playing the 3 in the W. But it's still kind of like the 3-4, where it's like that still feels like kind of a lot of the same in a way. I don't know what the Mystics do. Like I said, they're just in a really weird spot. You're right. AZ is more of a 2. But regardless, they could use some shooting and on the perimeter. I don't know.
We got a question. Who's the best point guard? Who's the best point guard?
So I think it depends on what you want. Because if you need shooting, I think it's probably Georgia Amore. But I'm begging people to not sleep on Rory Harmon. Now it is like, do I think Rory Harmon should be a Chicago Sky? No, because I don't think that would work for the spacing. But in just terms of what you need from a point guard, if you need a defensive facilitator, there's none better than Rory Harmon. Tahina Paopao is another player that has been cooking and I think that's a player that maybe later in the draft, if the team needs some spacing or needs a backup point guard because their one is older, like the New York Liberty. Like those, that's a place that Tahina Paopao can end up, And I could see, or even like the Seattle Storm, potentially. We don't know what the hell's going on in Seattle. So I would say the next best, it depends on your fit. I think the top 2 are very clear, no matter what. And then from there, it kind of depends on your fit.
I would also say shut up.
Yeah, I figured. Chicago Media Online talking about they want to prioritize a shooter. Here's the thing. They should. But Olivia Miles is also prioritizing shooting right now. And we've seen what Tyler Marsh can do with a Notre Dame guard that needs to get their shot better.
Oh,
look at Jackie Young. Look at
Oh,
Jackie Young. So while yes, they should be prioritizing shooting, I think that they are, and they've already. Hey, Olivia, if you want to be a Sky, get those 3-pointers up. Wink, wink. That's not that there's any source behind that or anything, but like that's just the vibes. and my vibes are saying that there is a reason Olivia knows that her 3-point shooting needs to be at a higher level. And not that was some secret or anything, but like, come on, bro. She was just in Chicago in the summer. She was at the game.
okay. Not two things. One, Joe said Georgia had 4 turnovers in 10 minutes the other day. You know I don't care about turnovers.
Get someone else to talk about turnovers.
You know that ain't the stat. I'm like, that don't scare me none. But also, what's her name? Dominique Malonga?
Yes, from France. That is going to be a very, very interesting pick.
Because, like, Andrew has been very high on her, and now we're seeing clips from overseas of her, like, comfortably dunking. And not that that's like a
no, but
that just makes things exactly, like that makes things very interesting that she's getting highlight packages 19, now in addition to
at 19, which is the really weird thing about European players, but you always have to mention it. Like she can come out now, and I can see her being the number 5 pick if the Valkyries are like, yo, we're cool with taking this slow. And like, taking that time, like we've seen how Ezzy has been able to develop over time. Like we've seen these things. And if
they take Dominique and lay the groundwork for Juju in 28.
Look, man, I'll tell you right now, all I know is the Valkyries, you don't want to be in the middle. If you're miraculously able to go field a team from the expansion draft that can go and compete, fantastic. That's not going to happen. Go be bad and be okay with being bad. Like that, and that is okay because you got some players coming out next year and the year after that is not worth a first-round exit to miss out on. It's not. Whether that be a Flaugier, whether that be a Lauren Betts, whether that be a Juju, a Hannah, a Madison Booker, there are so many names. Like these are going to be 2 of the deepest drafts that we have seen ever. Don't miss out on it for a first-round exit. That's all I know. Like tank. I'll say the word tank. Please. Do it. You got to.
Don't be a hero unless you're Alyssa Smith. Go ahead, girl. Take over. It's your time.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. That'd be fun. But yeah, I mean, this lottery, like I said, I've said it. That's an interesting question. Is Flowers going to be the number 1 pick next year? Probably depends.
We're so far in the weeds.
Yeah, we are.
We need Shardy.
Please.
We got to get Shard.
We need the mock draft. I'm calling him up right now. Like, get the mock draft, please. But no, I think it probably just depends on what the teams are. Because Lauren Betts will probably be there. I doubt I don't expect her to come out this season. So at this moment, I'd say Betts as a number 1. And with Flaugier, I'm waiting to see if Flaugier can consistently do what she did in the NCAA tournament. If that's what's coming, hey, I can get behind that. I mean, y'all, I put out the Sticky Notes article about her being the SEC Player of the Year on our Substack, and like I'm a believer 100%. So, yeah, man, this draft just got a whole lot more interesting. Like I said, had the Sparks got the number 1 pick, this would have been a real clear cut. Now, the fate of the entire WNBA is in the hands of the Dallas Wings. And Shawnee,
this is how I win.
I can't wait to be here just to lob it up to you every time. No matter what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. But no matter what the outcome is, I can't wait to lob it up to you.
Yeah, they might be the best team in the league. She might take them all the way to number 1. They might be at the top of the standings. They might be the new run and gun wings. They things might be different.
Mm-hmm.
Paige might take them to that next level if she's everything that they say she is.
Hey, how mad do you think Kathy is?
She has no one to blame but herself. Because if she had listened to me and, got one journalist, we just needed one besides me to start doing some digging and stop giving him A pluses because he drafted a bunch of players and start asking, hey, what is your plan with this pool of talent you just acquired? We would have seen this should have been rigged. But now look at you. Now she got to get it out the mud. Oh, well.
Oh, well, indeed. I can't wait to make it to some Dallas games one way or another. That's going to be fun. We got some boots on the ground. I'm ready. I am ready. Speaking of boots on the ground, we'll have some more coming to you this weekend as well. I am hitting the road once again for No Cap Space.
Oh, where's Tyler going to be next?
Oh, who knows? Oh, who knows? You have to wait and see. You have to come here and find out. Well, Kathy forgot to rig it like she did last year.
Oh, hey. It was not rigged last year. Calm down. All right.
Yeah,
Fever won that fair and square.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. But no, we gotta look. There's so much happening now in the world of women's basketball. Expansion draft is on the way. We got some major games this weekend. Maybe some that will have some boots on the ground at potentially. Maybe there's 2 in one city that you're getting, a little 2-for-1 action. Just a little. You can go look at the schedule and find out. But regardless, I'll be here. And we'll have you with boots on the ground coverage. We'll have you some more stuff coming this week as well. Happy birthday to Andrew as well. Happy birthday. And happy early birthday to you, Shawnee.
It's Scorpio season. Scorpio season. Me and my Scorpio brother, we turned up this weekend, and I got a little hate today as a little present.
That's from Kiki herself, wrapped in a bow, little hate.
She said, "Here for your agenda," and I was like, "Kathy." But if y'all want to get me something, you can do this. Go to Home Field. Use that code at the bottom.
Oh,
nope. Okay. Use that promo code. Make your girl smile on her birthday.
And make yourself smile when it arrives at your doorstep. Because you're going to love what you get from our friends at Home Field. Also, you can go hit the Substack below as well. We're creeping up on 1,000 subscribers on Substack. It's
getting real.
Which is crazy. And we are so incredibly grateful for all that y'all do and supporting us. Genuinely, it means the world. Be on the lookout as well. I think the rest of our content this week will end up being on the Substack. So go hit the Substack so you're not missing out on anything. This weekend, we'll have some little different stuff coming for you with some boots on the ground action. And yeah, the world of women's basketball is a nonstop year-round sport now. Expansion draft on the way, big college matchups on the way, and we'll be here the entire time to cover it in the way that only No Cap Space can. Ethical hating, all ball, and no lies. We'll see y'all next time.